to still get air, but it's still standing, but it's like having trouble breathing at this point. And we are to Thorin's turn. You have nothing in your immediate vicinity. You can, and anything with an X you can step on. They are crumpled bodies on the ground.
So I can step on them now?
Yeah, you can step once they have an X on them. Yes.
I'll just. All right, I'll trample over their decapitated bodies.
So this hardy dwarf with his his armor and his sword just like kind of steps on the gnoll's skull, like it shatters beneath his foot, and he kind of like gazes into this other gnoll's eyes as he makes his attacks.
Excellent. Does it tremble in fear?
There is a look of fear in its eyes as basically all of its friends are dead, and it's bleeding profusely from the chest.
And literally me and you are the people that have been slaying everyone that it knows.
Yeah, a 26 there is going to hit.
Yeah. Are you sure you might want to double check its AC?
I did double check. Okay, so again, it's even better because he steps on this thing's skull, peering dead into its eyes. He immediately recognizes the look of fear. Not that he's ever felt this before in his life. He now seeing you had put your greatsword in its chest and then gone up. He does the exact same thing. This one, as like the last thing as its head splits in two, is that look of pure terror, still on its face, now in two parts.
Wonderful.
And you still have movement to step up 5 feet towards the gnoll and make your second attack.
All right. Well, I'll focus on the only one remaining.
He saunters over with a
Yes!
Oh no!
My God, the rolls right now.
Yes.
And chat, I know you can hear me when they can't hear me, so it's great.
I was gonna do something cool. Oh well.
Okay, so I want you, as you critted, and this is the last enemy of this, what was supposed to be a social encounter, turned bad. I would like you to go ahead and tell me how you end this thing as it was already, suffocating. Why don't you tell me how you kill it?
Well, with a great slash, I will chop both of its legs away. And okay, so is it already dead now? I could check with anyone else if they had any other ideas for him.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Well, then I'll just carry the momentum into a great overhead slash and chop downwards, cutting it in half.
Okay, so you just for the rest of the party, as you're watching this, he walks over, stomps on a gnoll skull. He took his sword into the same wound his brother just made, pulling it up through its head, and you just watch as it accordions down, like just kind of flops down on two sides. He then, without breaking a moment, he just pivots on this skull, smushing it into the ground more as more blood just kind of pools around the ground, steps over the other gnoll body, looks at this thing as it's both hands, doesn't even have a hand on its weapon at this point, is trying to get this bolt out while trying to breathe in panic, walks up, kind of gives you like a little wink here, Bogle, all right, like winks at you, comes through, cutting both of its legs off in one sweep, as this thing now is trying to get air. Like, another look of panic just sets into this thing's, just its face, its facial expressions. It tries to, like, mutter the words that Bogle, you and Thorin understand is like, why me? As it sees this giant greatsword come from above, cutting it clean in half, as you see the entrails just spill out on the ground beneath you.
It was like blood spraying all over me.
No,
Since
he
I'm in the middle of all these
critted.
bodies?
No, he critted. So the blood just poured out on the ground. He was he didn't want to get any blood on you, and he has
It
the
was
ability
pretty
to do that.
precise.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I will
crossbow bolts, buddy.
I would like to immediately
We're
come
not
out of my
done.
range. Oh,
Everyone roll me
damn.
perception.
Perception. Okay, that's easy.
There's
That's
gonna
something
be-
I can do.
Ah. Oh, wait,
Um,
I think I have like advantage to like perceive threats around me or something like that. Let me see.
Don't I have
You are still
advantage because
raging.
we're in the woods?
Yeah.
You do,
I think I'm
Bogle.
Okay, so it's a 20 then, right?
So Bogle, you look up. Yep. You look up to see a younger Knoll in this clearing down here. He's not witnessed this brutality of like his entire pack, and you watch him. Okay, as this happens, and I don't think anyone here has run this before, so I will get you through it. You are now in a chase as this thing is trying to get the hell away from you, and is running.
How far away is he from us right now?
He is over 60 feet.
Point him to
Okay.
me.
He's
I'm
40. He's
going
40 from
to-
Bogle.
When I
You can't
see
see
him, I immediately. I can't see him?
You can. Bogle could see him. You're the only one that perceived him.
If I see him, I immediately cast Entanglement on him, since it is 90 feet.
Okay, let me roll a save.
So do that strength check. Versus my spell DCV. Oh, yes! Oh!
So this young Knoll tries to run as these vines just burst out of the air, completely ruining the chase thing that I planned out, and just wrap this thing down to the ground as its head smashes off the actual earth itself as it can't get out this turn. We are now in initiative. So we got a roll initiative. It's a chase scene. It's not going to sit there and let you just kill it. So everyone roll me initiative.
Oh god, okay, initiative. Please be high. Oh, geez,
Oh my
no.
god, I'm rolling so bad for initiative, but hey, I got a 12.
It's got a 5.
My brother rolled
Again? Fuck.
Fuck.
correct on a 6. Dude, at least you're going before it. Hey, we actually all going before it.
Is everyone in there?
Yeah.
No,
I think-
Bogle's not in.
Yeah, because we lost the other guy.
I got a 9. Oh, wait. Yeah.
You're just not
Sorry
getting
about
put in the
that.
turn order. I got you.
I'm trying to put this. There it goes.
Okay. So Thorin, as hold on, let me just.
He's just a boy!
By the way, I can't see the icon if it's meant to be there.
It wasn't. This was supposed to be a chase, but that doesn't matter anymore. So let me just fix this real quick.
Entanglement is OP. Oh,
Entanglement's awesome.
you're welcome.
And what better icon than a freaking net? Because it is there.
Exactly.
He said it was young when I looked at him,
Yeah, it's a younger one.
like a kid almost.
You would think adolescents.
Oh god.
And go ahead and move. It's your turn, Thorin. We are in combat technically.
Well, I look around at everyone. I'm not quite sure what we should do with him now, but I advance confidently. I don't think I can get all the way there.
You
No,
do
that's not
have
moving.
so. Yeah, you can also use an action to dash because in combat you have an action, a bonus action, and movement. Your movement is something that you can do always, depending on the situation. You could opportunity attacks, but let's not get into that because that doesn't apply here. But you can use your action to dash to get within range of him. If you want to attack because you are a fighter, you can use your ability called Action Surge to gain another action, and you can attack him.
Well, I would say it's pretty well trapped then. It's not gonna go anywhere.
It's entangled. It will be able to save on its turn, mechanically wise.
Yeah.
You would also know that, probably running across the entangle spell before in your adventuring.
Well, I guess I just approach. I'm not sure what course of action should be taken yet.
Now here's the thing. Now that he was explaining, if you double move to come up here, when it moves, if it's able to free and run, you would get an attack of opportunity, which means before it can get away, you get at least one swing at it. So because you can't do anything else really, it's probably smart to go all the way up.
See.
There you go. So Thordak.
I think you muted.
Yeah, if you're talking.
If you're there.
Oh no.
And he double moves there. Okay, Bogle.
Okay, so is it an action to double move or?
It's a double move. Yes, it's an action. You use your move.
Oh,
and
I
your action.
apologize.
You're
I was
muted.
muted. I was doing
we
the
know
whole
that.
thing. Oh, okay. But I get there on my turn because I'm barbarian.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah. So
You
I'm
also
gonna
get a
get
break.
there. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use non-lethal damage. So I'm gonna be, instead of striking with like the sharp end, just for flavor wise, but still normal. I'm gonna be hitting with like the blunt end of it to try to knock him unconscious. So with my 3 attacks, because it is a child.
With
but
your
I still wanna
3
kick him with
attacks.
frustration.
Okay.
Just 2. Just 2.
Child. So it's probably got 10 hit
So
points.
that
I'd
one.
say. She's-
Oh, fuck. Jeez,
Which hits.
dude.
yeah, that's a hit.
Uh huh. And
Okay.
another one.
Okay, so the second one.
Once again.
Again.
These are non-lethal, so it's like
That
the
doesn't
blunt
matter.
end
It's
of
still
the-
bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Are you going for a third attack?
I can't. I only get those.
Oh, you only get 2? Okay,
Mhm.
so it's permadeath if you more than half its HP, right?
Unless you're striking non-lethal, then it just goes to 0
Okay,
and
well,
stays there. It doesn't die. It goes unconscious.
the second you knocked it out in the first attack. So would the second
okay.
one technically not be non-lethal?
Yeah, if I knocked it unconscious, then I wouldn't have attacked it again.
Okay, you beat the living daylight shit of this with your first strike.
God damn door.
Gonna whack it upside the head.
Boggle, boggle.
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 It is so it's knocked unconscious.
Yes.
Are we,
As
are we
opposed
out
to-
of combat?
It depends. What are you
Okay.
doing with this thing?
Okay, so, well, I want to
Complete
talk to
chase
it,
scene.
but they don't know
designed,
that because
gone.
they can't understand me. So, shit. How
You still have the book and paper if you wanted to pull that shit out.
That's what I was gonna do, but I need to get over the first, and 2 big ass well, 2 small dwarves are blocking him. So, how far or what do
You
I have
could
to
get down
use
there.
to get there?
You can get down there with an action and a move.
Action and a move.
Because
and
your
then can I
speed's
use the bonus?
30. Yeah,
You could
what,
like
to right?
come
Yeah.
here and then tap us on our shoulder.
I'm
and then
not.
be
I'm
like,
not super like here to the point of like, you only get these things. It's unconscious, and it's. I'll tell you how many hours it's unconscious for unless you rouse it.
Yep, 2d4, baby.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get. Shit. Where can I get to? Like next to these guys. I don't want.
So it's unconscious for the next 6 hours.
Okay.
And you fucked up a child.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, for flavor, I said, "Come here, you little shit," and then just whacked it in the back of the head.
You hit it twice and knocked the shit out of it. So
It's
I don't think it
probably
would hurt.
permanently dumber now because of it.
Does it get a -1 intelligence now?
his skull is partly caved in.
Essentially, I
It-
pushed
it-
in the soft spot.
Okay, it has normally. Let's see, what's the Null's
Okay,
intelligence?
so
You
Jesus
have
Christ.
made it not able to communicate with its own kind at this point. Its intelligence is now a 2.
okay, so where can I get right here?
Yeah, I'll let you go. We're not like super stringent combat. You can get down
I'm
there.
seeing how he brutalized this little boy, and I feel sad. I'm gonna use healing word on him.
Okay, so it is now has 6 hit points. It looks up with a almost
Jesus
non-intelligent
Christ.
look at its eyes at all of you. It doesn't even know if you're friend or foe at this point. It's just like, You actually hear like it trying to form words and it can't.
I want to ask, did I fuck up one of its eyes so now it has a lazy eye?
No, it's like they're glossed over at this point. You can't tell that.
Okay. Okay.
Wow. Well, I can't do anything else, so that's my turn.
Okay, Devin, would you like to do anything? As you watch this group of people go and beat something up that you couldn't quite see.
I'm gonna go pick up bolts.
Okay, so you're walking around trying. How many bolts did you shoot total?
10.
10. You get about 5 back that aren't destroyed.
Sweet.
Okay, so we are now to its turn in the initiative, and it's going to take half its movement stepping up, and
It can't
it's
stand up because it's restrained. It has 0 movement.
it's going to save. Let's see.
Yeah, it has
Yeah,
to
it's
use its action to save.
Nope.
It doesn't. So
Yeah,
It
you're
tries to move in this entangle, and it doesn't know how to get out of it anymore. It's just it looks lost as this poor Knoll child is entangled in vines, eyes glossed over, drooling.
We're like torturing this fucking child. We have it pinned down to the ground. You knocked it senselessly unconscious and caved in its
So
making its
chat,
intelligence go down.
this is when,
Yeah, so
When
we
you
know
do
that.
shit.
so chat,
He's
this is
like
when
probably
social
16
encounters
years
go
old,
wrong.
If he was a child, like a little boy.
Oh, I was thinking he was like 8. Can we roll for his age? How old is he?
He
The
said
equivalent of a
he was-
13-year-old?
Yeah. It's what happens when you're in a rage, man.
Oh,
He is
wait,
12
you
years
went
old.
back into
12.
rage? He's 12. God damn. You-
It would have been horrible if he was 1. I'm like, holy shit, that's a fucking tough ass baby.
Who's
Fuck to the head.
whose turn is it?
We're to Thorin.
Oh no.
So what would you like to do on your turn,
Well,
Thorin? This is your choice. No one can influence you. You can do whatever you like. You have this poor
I'm
thing.
used to
Good.
following orders, not making decisions.
Think of what your character would do.
Uh,
What would his name is Thorn?
Thorin.
Think of what he would do if you're actually him.
well, because of my combat experiences, I see that it is in pain, and I think I will end its suffering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll an attack with advantage as it is restrained in the ground, unable to
Yeah.
move.
It doesn't have much of a future anymore.
A 14 will hit it by a mile.
Oh.
So why don't you roll damage?
Oh.
Okay, so not only would there is no chance for you to bring this back, Bogle. I will just point this out to you now, as
Yeah.
it looks up, and if it hadn't lost its intelligence, it would have been able to speak common to you, as it lips the words as Bogle, you and Thordak are watching this. It actually lips the words for why, dear God, why,
You did this, Thordak.
but can't.
You're
Mind
taking
you,
the blame.
mind you, it
Oh,
can't.
God.
It can't form the words anymore because it lost those intelligence points. It just forms the words with its lip. It doesn't say anything because it lost the ability to speak due to the savage beating of the barbarian. And you cut its head clean off.
Oh
It
man.
bleeds out on the ground.
As soon as he cuts the head off, I immediately remove entanglement.
Tangles
Holy
down.
crap. Jesus Christ.
Zach, you think this was a social encounter?
Yeah, this is social encounter.
That's what he said. I was like,
I
Okay, I'm
would
gonna-
like to come out of my rage and shake my head and go, oh shit, I blanked out again. What happened?
So as you perceive around the ground, you see these pretty much bigger than you gnolls. Tons of dead bodies behind you guys. They're big. They're like, say, 6-ish feet. These are some of the elders. Now that you're out of your rage and you guys are all taking time, you see that they're all carrying quite a lot on their back compared to everything else. They look like they were either moving or migrating or something along those lines. And especially territorial beasts, this is out of their nature. And then you look down at your feet, and you see the pile of blood along like a 2.5 foot tall knoll, like very tiny, head no longer on its shoulders. You can see that like the fur still kind of like coming in. There's still some patches where it's not fully grown in, and you obviously recognize this is a child that is dead at your feet. Mind you, it's at your feet, not your brother's, because of the positioning.
I turn and ask my brother what happened.
You have the
Where
option
to
to
go?
lie here and say that he
Nope.
killed it It would be a deception roll.
Well,
No, I
from
would
what I
trust
see
my
there, it looks pretty bad. So I wouldn't lie to my brother, and I tell him exactly what happened.
So he
I
goes
bet
on to
it's
tell
pretty
you.
raw.
He goes on to tell you that you knocked it into a stupor and then he finished it off.
Yes.
I'm shocked. Not at the fact that like we killed a bunch of shit, because that occasionally happens, and I sometimes get blackout drunk and kill shit. It happens. So I'm just kind of in shock that we accidentally, we killed a child, and I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, well, we'll need a drink tonight, and then I go loot the bodies.
Oh, and I definitely loot the bodies.
You guys find like destroyed because of the brutality that the dwarves killed them in.
Well,
Bodies
we-
except
we
for one
cleaned-
in hide leathers.
we
Go ahead, Bogle.
we cleave this kid's head off. I want to search his body since I was the one trying to stop him so we could actually talk to them. But
I'll let you
Yeah.
search them as they're searching through the adults. But I'll go through them first. They find, hide leathers, one chain shirt, some spears, some arrows, crude bows, and 2 glaives. Bogle,
If I could ask. Oh, go ahead.
and then we can ask. I'm gonna go over. Bogle, searching this child's body, you find like very small leathers, like not even like battle leathers, just kind of like clothes. You also find a book that you'd be able to read. It's a common dictionary, as this thing was trying to learn common to communicate. And you now have a dictionary which would allow you to, help you in your overall communications.
So he was trying to learn to better himself. And
I
get out of
feel
the
so
oppressed
bad
life
right
he
now.
what are these creatures called again?
No.
They're gnolls.
No child
Dictionary. And you see like
Usually-
scribbling. You see scribbling in the thing. Because of this, granted, it doesn't really benefit you because you can't speak audibly. You can also start understanding Gnoll. Say like 1 point into Gnoll speech for you furthering your character along as one shot. So 1 point in Gnoll speech.
I'll take the glaive.
I wanted to ask, because I recognized a few of the merchants from my history check beforehand, do any of them have insignias of their brand, or do I recognize any of them craftsmanship?
In terms of what's on the Gnoll's bodies,
Yeah.
you see like a couple pieces that would probably be from merchants. You also notice that most of these Gnolls had some money on them, like in terms of like actual coin pouches that don't carry their insignias. They look like they're very rough, like they were collecting their own gold coins. So you guys would find 20 gold pieces at max on them. They're not exactly traders. You also see that, knowing your craftsmanship, what kind of crafter are you?
I am both a leather workers and a smith.
Sweet. You would notice that these Gnolls and lots of their backpacks have leathers that you would see, and you would be able to determine that they're probably creating and we're trying to sell as well. So
And the
basically,
Taylor
there's
Cruise,
plenty
They
of
were
hides.
merchants. They were merchants, seller of hides. That's wonderful. I don't share any of that information.
I didn't think you would.
Okay. Yep.